Hi everybody, Dave Specter here, musical director and guitar instructor with Chicago Blues Network, chicagobluesnetwork.com. Thanks for checking out the lesson today on the Elmore James classic Dust My Broom, originally done in the key of D. Of course, Elmore was one of the great electric blues slide players, but today's lesson is not going to involve slide. I'm going to kind of show you some of the ways you can simulate a slide and get kind of the same types of sounds just playing without a slide. Okay, I'll also show you some turnaround options. We'll talk about the basic rhythm and a couple options for the main theme, which kind of sounds like this. It's a medium tempo shuffle, and I always encourage you to count the song off and tap your foot in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the main theme, and I'll show you a melodic thing that Elmore does on the slide that's really cool. But let's just talk about that basic main theme, and it's basically a D major triad. Think about it as a mini D chord where you're just barring the high E string and the B string at the 10th fret with your index finger, and then add your middle finger to the G string, 11th fret, and I'm sliding into it just from a half step down. I'm doing all downstrokes there. That last riff, ending on the root on that 12th fret D string, which is your D. Here it is nice and slow. Okay, you can also do a bigger slide if you want. You know, if you really want that slide effect. There I'm starting at the 3rd and 4th fret. I would maybe only do that at the beginning, though. It would be really hard to do it every time. Now, a nice melodic riff that Elmore plays, that same part, he'll arpeggiate those notes and get a sound like this. Play that on the slide. It sounds great, and all I'm doing is starting on the B string, G string, high E, back to the G string, and then back to your root. So in context it would sound like this: 2, 3, 4. And let's do it again. Slow. Okay, the basic rhythm is this shuffle rhythm. I'm doing it on the 2 low strings. Try to use your fingertip on that low E string, 10th fret. Ring finger at 12th fret on the A string. Think of that as a little D power chord, and then my pinky stretching to 14A. If you want to stretch that pinky out to 15, to the 7th, to the 7th. So with the riff and the rhythm, it should sound like this: 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then when you go to the 4, just keep that same rhythm going, just dropped down a string. It's an old Delta blues turnaround. Robert Johnson, many other great acoustic players played it. Sounds really good with your fingers. So, fingering on that turnaround, my ring finger is on the 10th fret D string, and my pinky is on the 10th fret high E. My pinky is not going to move, okay? So lock that pinky down there on the 10th fret high E, and we're just going to walk down the D string. I'm doing a little bit of muting here with my palm and my flannel shirt. There I'm just doing kind of a clamp fingering. Going down with my thumb, up with my index finger. Resolving it to an A7th. Using the movable C7 shape at the 10th, 11th, and 12th fret. So that turnaround. Fills like that lead into the one that'll set you up nicely for the turnaround. Starting on the 12th fret A string, and then 10, 11, 12 on the D string, and then accenting that root, that low D. Turnaround. Hit that A7, I'm hitting that A first, and then hitting the chord. Lots of options on ways to resolve turnarounds. You know, we can do a resolve like this. That's probably the most common. A little square for me. I prefer hitting that F. Okay, that is at the 13th fret, low E string. You hear that a lot when Muddy Waters plays turnarounds on slow blues. Sounds real cool. It's a little tougher. Tougher as in meaner, which your blues should be. I mean, you can play nice blues too, but I prefer the tougher, meaner blues, and play it with authority. You know, these bluesmen were serious dudes, serious about their guitar playing, and played with a lot of authority, intensity, and power. Keep that in mind when you're practicing. If you're just a beginner, it's a little too early to think about that. But when you start playing, make those notes count and leave space between them and dig into them. You know, don't overplay, but you know, you could play little vibrato. That feel of the blues is really the most important part of the music, okay? So let's resolve that turnaround again. That was that same resolve, adding the chord at the end. Okay? And again, the main theme, 2, 3, 4. Now there at the end, I just do. turnaround option. This is closer to what you'll hear on the recording. It's a descending turnaround. So the way to find that, here's a cool trick. Play your D bar chord, lose the bar, lose the pinky, and you're left with the fifth and the major third. Now you can take this as the beginning of a turnaround, walk up from here, or do it chordally, muting the D string with your ring finger. And I'm just picking down from the A string. And that's the turnaround descending. So you have a lot of options. You can play it ascending or descending, or you can arpeggiate it like this. That's a little more difficult at faster tempos, but it's Muddy Waters' favorite turnaround on slow blues. Or you can do that arpeggio, the single notes descending. So I'll take it from the 5. I like to practice my turnarounds with the progression in time from the 5. And that would sound like this. 2, 3, 4. Ascending. Now I'll do a descending from the 5. And I use that little riff again, leading into the turnaround. Excuse me. That was. So a lot of options there. You have a bunch of new turnarounds to practice with the progression. And as always, I really recommend you play along with the recording. It'll be good for your time, be good for your rhythm, and it's fun and it's cool just to play along with that sound, with that amazing 50s Chicago blues sound. So again, just practice that slide on that riff. You can also play it with just the bar here. That's kind of a cool sound. I'm just those first 2 high strings with my first finger. There's some great B.B. King recordings. Oh man, the name of the song is slipping my mind. I was in love with you, baby, before I learned to call your name. Sorry, I'm getting to that age. But yeah, you'll hear that on early B.B. King records, and you'll hear it on a lot of Chicago blues records, and you'll hear it with Elmore James on his classic Dust My Broom. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.